it's incredibly slapstick for one.
What do you mean by slapstick, Kevin?
It's like watching an old Charlie Chaplin film. It's off the wall, zany, kind of crazy, and it's nice. It's a really good funny one that we've done this year. I mean, done all my years being here. It's really good. I like it.
It's an ensemble piece rather than other stuff. Like, you can't ask who's the lead because there isn't one. We're all the group.
We are.
Do you think that because truly, and it is, one of the reasons why I chose this show is because it is an ensemble piece, especially because I'm losing, raise your hand if you're a senior, I'm losing a bunch of my seniors that I've worked with, Kenny and Rafa and Renee for 3 years, but Kenny and Rafa for all 4 years. So I wanted to choose a piece that was where you guys could be together as a whole. How has that made the rehearsal process different for you and the bonding experience different for you this year? Raphael, what do you think?
Well, I suppose it's really, because we do have like an ensemble, so it's kind of like a little GI, because everyone is here to the point where additional people could get added in the week of the show, like how you said, like how the cops are, and even the singing telegram. We all have to be here, basically. There wasn't like days where it's like certain people have to be here. We all have to be here because we're all in each scene throughout the acts. We're all in each scene.
Just mentioned just the way we did it with the memorization versus blocking.
Can Renee, why don't you tell a little bit about how, especially because you've worked with me for a couple of years, how this process has been different than in the past. At the show, I think for all of us, me included, we've done something completely different as far as getting the show together. Can you explain a little bit how we've done that?
Well, we didn't, when we got on stage, we were totally memorized. I mean, we had to call a line a few times, but I think different from the past, I mean, this show has crazy blocking. We're running around, we're screaming, we're like slapping people, we're doing a lot of different things, and that requires you to like not be on script. So for like the first month or so, we were totally just memorizing, getting down our characters, making them fleshed out, and after that, we're up on stage, we're moving around, and I think that has been the big difference.
Do you think it's helped? Do you feel like you were better able to handle the show because we did do it that way with the set up?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Since I've been here, first time we actually have like a build set. It's not just like props here and there. It's an actual there's walls, moving walls, like secret passageways. So it's a big improvement.
And it's a big testament to you guys. Because you work so hard that it causes the rest of us to want to work hard and give back to you guys, right? What has been your favorite part of our rehearsal process so far? Brittany?
I just work with everybody because it's fun. It's just fun.
Camille, as someone who's a freshman and you just joined our crazy, quirky group, what have you thought so far of the process?
Well, to start off, it's probably one of harder things that I've done, probably memorization, one of them. I have to say, some of these people have a lot of lines, like Raf has probably the most lines of all of us. And that's probably one of the harder things. And then maybe having to just remember what room is what after having changed them so many times.
Hopefully you guys remember, because you know me, you're actually a challenge director. I keep forgetting where you guys are going, so you guys have to definitely remember.
It's a lot harder, and I feel like I have to be kind of responsible to make sure that we're all on the same track, like line-wise, because I respond to everyone. So that's why we have to remember to say certain key things in line, certain things like yesterday when we skipped over the dinner with Renee getting her favorite dish, like stuff like that. You have to keep that in mind, and it's more work too.
How about for you, Alexis? This is your first show. How is this different than any of the other activities that you've been a part of?
I mean, like with the musical, there was a lot of people. With this, it's kind of more intimate. It's nice because I know all these people by name and I see them and they can hide me and I say hi back. It's nice. And they know your name.
Yeah, and they know my name.
Well, it's a lot easier when there's not 60 of you, right? Keelan, what has been your favorite memory so far of this show?
I think just all of the inside jokes that we have all like acquired over these past like
Raphael, demonstrate. Every time you make a mistake, what do you guys do?
And that's cool.
And that's Clue.
Now, hopefully we won't see that bust out in any of the performances. I'm gonna drive in the back row. Terrified? Hopefully that is lessening day by day, right?
Sort of, more or less, kind of.
Do you feel like you have a lot of support? I hope. Say yes.
Yeah, with all the upperclassmen, show us how to show us the ropes of acting.
How about you, Christian? How do you feel?
I was terrified too, since this was actually like the first thing I've done, like a play I've done. I was terrified. Like at auditions, I was just like, what am I doing here? And it's worked out, and I've had a lot of fun. I've met all these great people, and I feel like we created a family here. And,
Thank you, because that is the goal every time. And I have to say, of all the shows, and I'm going to get all choked up, this one will be the hardest one for me to see close. Because this will be the first year that I have worked with kids for 4 years. And I've watched you grow. And it'll be definitely hard to say goodbye. I think that's probably a good note to end. I'm going to get all weepy. I'll be so sad when you guys go.
Oh my God.
Think about this, Kenny was an understudy when he was a freshman. He was an understudy in the show, and he was so good. I was like, this kid can't be an understudy. He's got to be a part of the show, so he added another scene so he could be in it. And then he's been in this show every year for 4 years. Which I wanted to do Steel Magnolias this year, which I'm doing next year, and I couldn't, because I'm like, I can't leave Kenny and Rafa behind, my 2 boys that I've had all 4 years. I'm like, there's no way. So next year, Steel Magnolias. Spoiler alert. Right?
I'm excited.